wasn't a word. Hello, my beautiful bookish babes and besties. Welcome to, or welcome back to another episode of Book Blabs. I'm Nat, and I love to blab all things books. Today, I just wanted to sit and yap with you guys because I feel like I've been doing a lot of reading vlogs. That wasn't a word. I feel like I've been doing a lot of reading vlogs, which are super fun. I love like yapping as I'm reading with you guys. Like it's so fun. But I just want like kind of like a chill sit and yap. Like I've got some busy weeks coming up, so I was like, I'm just gonna sit and yap. Sorry guys, okay? Anyways, today I'm gonna attempt my best shot at being rapid fire because I have a list of 40 popular Booktok books, and I'm basically gonna do Booktok Hot or not. So I'm going to tell you if I think a Booktok book is worth reading or not. And albeit a lot of these are really, really popular, so you might have already read a bunch of them. Who knows? I don't know how much you read. I don't know what your TBRs look like, but I'm just going to try to influence you based on my opinion. However, I do want to give the disclaimer. I am very easy to please. So I'm kind of going to do 3 steps on the scale. So I'm either going to say like, yes, read it, which is going to be like hot. I'm going to say meh. You know, like I feel like some people love it. Some people hate it. Like just if you know your taste, you know it. And then no is just going to be like, don't waste your time. I will say there's going to be a lot more mehs than there will be no's, okay, or nots. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. So, I'm going to start off, they're all basic actually. I was going to say I'm going to start off super basic, but with Sarah J. Maas's announcement, the first book I'm going to do is ACOTAR, or like specifically the ACOTAR series. I'm going to say yes. Sorry guys if you disagree with me, but I'm gonna say yes. ACOTAR 6 and 7 are coming out this year and early next year, so I've already pre-ordered. I have a tattoo. Like, I'm gonna say yes. Next we have 6 of Crows. I'm gonna say meh. Only because I feel like the heist fantasy might lose some people. But like if you like fantasy and you want like a grand heist vibes, yes, read it, but so I'll say meh. Next, we have The Cruel Prince. I'm also going to say meh, only because a lot of people go into this book thinking it is going to be a romantasy. It is not. Romance is very much on the back burner. This is a very political fantasy. I loved it. However, if you go in expecting a lot of romance, you will be disappointed. Next, we have The Lightning Thief, or Percy Jackson in the Olympian series. I'm going to say meh, only because it does read really young, and I know that irritates some people, and I know like some of my older readers who are like in their late 20s, early 30s, they might not connect with a 12-year-old. So that's why I say meh. Next, we have Fourth Wing, which I know everyone and their mother has probably read it. Like literally your mom has probably read this book. But I'm going to say yes, only because the world is obsessed with this book for a reason. So yes. Next we have The Song of Achilles. I'm going to say meh. I know, don't cancel me. Only because it's very sad. So go, if you want to cry, go right ahead. If you go into it not wanting to cry or have your heart shattered, then maybe don't read this book. Also, Madeline Miller's writing is beautiful. It has a lot of like, her prose is amazing. However, it can be hard to read and digest. So if you're not wanting a book that you really need to like sit, digest, absorb, it's like a slow book. This isn't something you can really churn through. Maybe this is not the book for you. Next we have Shatter Me. I'm gonna say yes. I think this is like a classic Booktok book, like an OG Booktok book for a reason. I haven't even finished the series, and I'm gonna say yes. If Lexi's watching this, hey Lexi. Her and I like to beef over Aaron Warner. I love him. So she can hate on him all she wants, but she needs to keep reading before she can continue her hatred of Aaron Warner. Next I have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've read this book 3 times. I say yes. I think it does read young, but it's very fun. I feel like it's very captivating. Like, the mystery is mysterious. Like, it wasn't at all what I predicted. So I say yes. We have The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Yes. I think everyone should read this. It is really good. It is not at all what you think it's going to be. And I love how real Evelyn Hugo feels as a character, and it's like interview style because I forgot the main character's name. It starts as Evelyn Hugo is like older now, and this is like years later, and there's an interviewer who is sitting down to write like an article in the life story, almost like a memoir of Evelyn Hugo. So she's going through her life, and we get to like watch it unplay as she's telling the story of her life to this reporter slash interviewer. So I think she's a journalist, maybe. I don't know. It's been a hot minute, but yes. Next is Crescent City. I'm a Sarah J. Maas girly through and through. However, it's hard. I'm going to say yes. Be careful though, because this is higher fantasy and it kind of just throws you right into it. So you might get lost, you might get confused, you might get frustrated. I just beg you, push through. Once you're like halfway through the first book, you'll kind of get the swing of things and you'll be into the world and you'll be like, oh. However, the first book is like 700, 800 pages, so it is kind of a time commitment. So, but I still say yes. I will support Sarah J. Maas through everything. Next is It Ends With Us. I'm gonna say meh. Only because I think it's a great book to get you out of a slump. However, I don't know if this is a book for everyone. Just because of its content, because of its author. You never know. Next, I want to say Red Queen. Yes. This book in this series is amazing. I plowed through this series just because I wanted more. And shout out, Victoria Aveyard just announced that she has a new book coming out soon called Tempest, and this one's going to be an adult fantasy series. Or is it a standalone? It might be 2 books. It might be a duology. I'm not sure. But Red Queen is her young adult series, and yes, it's very good. I recommend it. Next we have Divergent. I'm gonna say yes. I haven't reread this as an adult, but this was one of my staples in middle school, and yes. If you haven't read this yet, respectfully, what are you doing? Are you living under a rock? And I mean this so respectful, bestie, but how? Okay, moving on. Next I have Circe. Also meh. And Lorelai, if you're watching this, I love you. Do not cancel me for this. Okay? This is like one of Lorelai's favorite books of all time, so she would say yes. If she were here, she would hit me upside the head, be like, move, get out the way, let me speak. I personally am gonna say meh, just because, like with the Song of Achilles, her writing is beautiful, but sometimes it is very dense. So depending on your mood, I feel like this book might be really hard for you. I did enjoy this book. I did. It is very feminist. It's very empowering to women. It's just very emotional and very moving. However, the writing sometimes is dense. So just forewarning. Okay. Next, we have Punk 57. I'm going to say no. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to say no. Okay? Have a great day. Next, I have Better Than the Movies. Yes. This book was really fun. I know they're in high school, technically, so it is kind of young, but I had a good time. It was very sweet, very uplifting, and it was just kind of like, those 90s rom-com feeling movies. That's how this book felt. It felt like a 90s rom-com, so I love it. Next we have Heartless this one's by Marissa Meyer, not the one that's in the Chestnut Spring series. I'm gonna say meh. Only because I feel like it's not going to be for everyone. Because this book I feel like is very niche. It's like, about the backstory of the Queen of Hearts. So it's like if you like backstories or retellings, or kind of just like, when authors have fun with the backstories of like a villain, I think you would like this book. If you're not in the mood for like a coming of age, coming of villainess story, maybe skip this book. Next we have Throne of Glass. I'm biased, but I will always say yes. If there, like, out of this whole list, there is not a bigger yes. Like, this is the biggest yes I will tell you is Throne of Glass. I know it's 8 books. I know it's intimidating, but bestie, let me hold your hand. Okay? You need to start it. Just start it. I promise once it's over, you will not be able to get enough. Okay? I'm holding your hands again. Bestie, read it. Okay, cool. Thanks, bestie. Next, we have A Touch of Darkness. I'm going to say meh on this one. It is very niche. Again, it's Hades Persephone retelling. It's very spicy. Plot-wise, not a lot going on because it's kind of like very romance forward. So some people might get bored. Some people, this might scratch the itch, like exactly what you're looking for. So next we have Verity. I'm gonna say yes on this one, just because I feel like if you're new to reading, this is the perfect book to start, or if you're in a slump, this is the perfect book to read. I feel like most people have already read this though, because it's been blown up on Booktok for quite a while now. But if you haven't read it yet, I think you should read it. Plus the movie comes out in October, so it might be nice to read it before October. Next we have To Kill a Kingdom. I'm going to say meh. I feel like I'm saying meh a lot. Am I a hater, you guys? Okay, whatever. I'm going to say meh just because, 1, this book reads really young, and 2, this is also a really niche book. It is a romantasy enemies to lovers with a siren, and like I think he's a prince, but he's like a pirate prince. Like, he's on the waters and he sails. So if you're wanting like Little Mermaid type vibes or like siren pirate vibes, then read this. If that does not sound interesting to you in the slightest, do not pick up this book because that is all you're going to get. Next we have Divine Rivals. I'm going to say yes. However, book 2 was a little disappointing, but the first book, definitely yes. Next we have Legend. I'm going to say meh. Only because this book, it's really good. I loved the plot. It's amazing. I think it's very like a pivotal book for a lot of people. It does read young though. That's the only thing I will say, because I know a lot of people don't like it when books read really young. The main character is young, so it's going to read young. Next we have Serpent and Dove. Yes. I'm going to say yes. I know this might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it was very much my cup of tea. And it captured enemies to lovers and tension so well. Yes. Next we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Yes, this is going to be a denser read. You're going to have to like sit with this one and just really absorb it. But I think this is a book that everyone should read. This book is so profound and it just makes you really reflect. It just makes you like think so deeply about your life and the meaning of life and what you like. Every little choice and little action and little mark upon the world, it's going to make you just question everything, but in like the most beautiful way, and it's going to make you like really appreciate things instead of taking things for granted, for taking people for granted. It's such a beautiful, fantastical, whimsical story, and I think everyone deserves to be graced with the book called The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Next we have Assistant to the Villain, and it breaks my heart to say this, but I'm going to say meh, only because I know a lot of people are going to find it cringy. It is supposed to be very satirical, very comedic, like slapstick funny, and I think because of that type of humor, it comes across as very cringy and immature, and I know that's not what a lot of people want. But yeah, I don't know. I loved it. I'm so excited for the next book, just because like I don't know, it's so silly and fantastical and fun, but I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. Next we have The Silent Patient. Yes, that's all I'm going to say. If you haven't read this one yet, I don't know how, because this one was also really popular, but if you haven't, yes. Next we have You've Reached Sam. I'm going to say meh on this one. This one was a tough read because it deals with like grief and loss. It also does read really young because she's in high school and she's dealing with this grief and this loss. It does have some like beautiful imagery and beautiful themes in it, but I just don't think everyone's gonna really vibe with this book. Next we have The Shadows Between Us. I'm gonna say yes, just because like the vibes in this book are immaculate. It was short. It's a standalone, well, kind of, because there's an interconnected standalone with it. That's like her sister's story, but you can read it by itself. It's short, it's fun, it's like not a big commitment. The vibes are vibing. It's great. So yes. Next we have Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. Yes. Technically this one's YA, but I don't care. Yes. I don't even like chess. Like I like it, but like I don't even love chess. Like I'm not a chess fanatic, and I don't know like all the different like openings and all the different strategies. Like I don't know chess like that. I just know the basics and like how to play chess. But yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Next we have The Dead Romantics. Yes. I loved this book. Yes. If you want magical realism and a sweet romance, yes. Yes. We have Quicksilver. Yes. And I know not a lot of people love this book, but like I feel like more people love it than they don't love it, and it's so fun. It's so good. My sister Danielle, love you Danielle, she's not a huge fantasy reader. Like I feel like she's getting into it because I have her reading. She read all of ACOTAR, and then I've begged her to read Throne of Glass, and she's making her way through Throne of Glass. So, but I feel like fantasy isn't her main genre. She read Quicksilver and loved it. She gave it 5 stars. So if that doesn't tell you that it's great romantasy, it's great, because I feel like the romance really carries you through the fantasy. So like if you're new to fantasy or romantasy, maybe start with that one, because I feel like it's not too complex where you feel lost or confused. Next we have Butcher and Blackbird. Don't hate me for this, but I'm gonna say no. Okay, I enjoyed it when I read it, but I feel like there are just better books out there. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had fun reading it, but like if your TBR is like 200 books long, personally, I think there are better books to read out there. It's not like life-changing. Please don't hate me. I'm sorry. And I'm not even trying to be a hater. I'm pretty sure I rated it like 3 or 4 stars. So like it's not even like I didn't have a good time. Like I think there are better books that you should be prioritizing, because it was nothing like life-changing. Next we have I'm Glad My Mom Died. Again, if you have not read this one yet, where have you been? Like where? Because like I don't know how you've been tuned out of earth for so long, but Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is a nonfiction, and I'm still saying yes. Jeanette McCurdy, you are a brilliant author. I'm so excited to read Half His Age. I'm so excited. Next, we have The Love Hypothesis. Yes. No explanation needed. If you listen to my podcast or have seen any of my other videos, you know how much I love Allie Hazelwood and you know how much I love Adam Carlson. So, if you want a man that's obsessed, like obsessed, read this book. So, yes. Also, I'm so excited there's a movie coming out. Like, I need more updates. Like, I need to know when it's coming out. I just know that they're filming for it. So, yes. Next, we have The Deal. Lexi, cover your ears. I'm going to say no. There are way better hockey romances to read. Like, go read Icebreaker. Like, I loved that hockey one. I have a couple other hockey romances. If you want me to recommend some, like, comment down below and I'd love to give them to you. But yeah, I think there are better college hockey romances, to be honest. So I'm sorry, Lexi, but no. Next, we have The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm also gonna say no. And I know that this book is very beloved. So this might be a controversial or like unpopular opinion, but I just found myself getting bored. I don't know. It was like if vampires in the Hunger Games had a baby. And so I had really high hopes for it, but I just found myself getting bored. I don't know. It did not grab my attention. So to each their own, but I'm going to say no. Next, we have Where the Crawdads Sing. I'm going to say meh to this one, just because I really enjoyed it. It is like a Bildungsroman where you see this young girl who's pretty isolated, like growing up. It's like her coming of age story, but also at the same time it's like parallel past and present, because there is a murder mystery going on at the same time. And so she's being accused of murder because she's the swamp girl, the outcast. And we get to see her life growing up and we get to see her present day. And it's very good. I enjoyed it. I know some people did not agree with the pacing or they found it kind of boring. So that's why I say meh. Next we have Hunting Adeline. Or Haunting. Did I say hunting? Well, it's a duology. Hunting or Haunting and Hunting Adeline. I'm going to say yes, but go into this book carefully. Read your trigger warnings. Know yourself. And if this sounds like it could be too much for you, put it down, put it away. Do not read this book because I'm a little crazy, okay? And I love this book and that might be crazy of me. That might be a red flag. And I'm not usually a dark romance girly, unless it's like mafia romance, but this one, I ate it up. I ate it up. And last but not least, number 40, we have The Unhoneymooners. I'm going to say no. If you want to read a Christina Lauren book, read Love in Other Words. But I don't think it's their best work. Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel really bad because I always hate hating on books and I'm not trying to be a hater. So hopefully you understand that I'm not hating. I'm just trying to help prioritize your TBR. So hopefully this video helped you realize what books you should move up your TBR, what books you should move down, or take off completely or add to your TBR. Or you could watch this and been like, this girl's an idiot and I don't agree with any of the things that she's saying. And that's okay too, because we're all different and we all have different opinions and different reading tastes, and we can all still be book besties because that is what makes the world go round. So thank you so much, you guys. I love you. Thank you for joining me today. Please comment down below what some Booktok books that you loved or that you hated, or some that you refused to read. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.